things looking as far as the injury front's concerned?
We've survived the international break pretty well. We've obviously, from the previous game, lost a couple of players which has been added to that list in Keane and Hernandez, but we've got a group of players that are looking forward to the weekend.
Keane in particular must be a big blow. I'm guessing he's absolutely gutted.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. I'm disappointed for him, for his family, because they've been through this entire situation before. To have it again in such a short space of time is not what the boy wanted, but he's a strong character and he's come through that and he will come back from it. Yeah, he's young and he will recover and he'll have the best possible treatment and recuperation that's needed to get him back.
So how difficult does this make your options now, particularly up front?
Well, it doesn't make it difficult because you've got what you've got, so it makes it a little bit easier in a way. We're back to where we were really at the start of the season. We've got 18 fit players. 3 of those are young players, so our squad's okay. It's been working hard. Like I say, we've managed to bring everybody back now from international duty, so we're looking forward to the game.
Does it put a lot of pressure on McCartney, for example?
No, I don't think so. He's come to the club ready and willing. You know, he's played at this level. He's played at the Premier League. He's led the line before, and he'll carry on doing that. He did well midweek, so he's looking forward to it.
The lads showed fantastic spirit to get that win against Southampton before the international break. How much more of that do you think you're going to need now, particularly given that you're down to so few numbers?
I think we show the determination and the character we showed in the early part of the season. You know, we've proven that we can win in this division. I think it was difficult at times against Southampton, in particularly that first half an hour. But what the boys did was terrific. They dug in, and at times you have to do that. They got the goal back, and then they scored a second goal pretty quickly, which put Southampton probably in a position they didn't expect to be in. And we then galvanised, and we proved hard to beat.
Sunderland got themselves a win just before the international break as well, so you're kind of going into this game in sort of similar situations in some ways.
Yeah, and that's this league has a habit of sometimes punishing you, and it can punish you for a long period of time, but you always believe that there's a result round the corner. There's always another game to get a result. Sunderland managed that, so did we, so we've got 2 teams on the up.
It's been a difficult start for David Moyes, obviously. What do you make of how he's finding things at Sunderland?
Well, I haven't really paid much attention to any other football club than this because, you know, there's been a lot going on here and that has had to be taken care of. But, you know, when you go into a new club, when you take over things that have been laid down by previous managers and over the years Sunderland have had these ups and downs, I think he's handling it as well as he possibly could. Obviously, everybody gets judged a bit by results, but I'm sure he's trying to put some foundation in there which can only improve Sunderland.
The takeover continues to rumble on in the background. How important would it be from your perspective to have some stability when it comes particularly to the January transfer window?
Well, the January transfer window is not that far away, and preparations by all clubs are underway as to what they can do and what they can't do. Takeovers for me, it's purely all speculation, and it's been going on, seems to have been going on for quite a time now. That will happen when it happens. I just want to prepare the players for every football match. I'm in constant contact with the owners. They've not mentioned anything to me other than keep doing what you're doing, let's build on what we've done, and let's see where we are around about December going into January. You know, but business will get done. But of course, you know, we are short in certain departments, and we want to add to that.
Just finally from me, given your Old Trafford connections, Wayne Rooney and the situation he's found himself in over the last couple of days, what do you make of all that from a player's perspective, and has it maybe been blown out of proportion a little bit?
I just think it's a case of the world we live in at the moment. You know, we all want contact with stars and players at some point or other. You know, supporters are like that. When we do get that contact, social media, everything seems to play its part, and I don't think there's any excuses for over drinking and and those days are long gone now. But he had the opportunity to do that. Whatever happened, is not within my remit. It's what the FA have allowed or England have allowed. And I'm sure with his experience he'll learn from it. But, players are human. They do at times want to unload all that pressure. And when they get the opportunity, they do that. Some do it in different ways than others. But that's what's come out and been reported.
Mike, how would you sum up the significance of this game this weekend?
For me, it's a good game for both clubs. I think it's come early. Both clubs, both teams, both sets of players have sort of lost games and then managed to recover from the games that they've suffered from. I think it's a good game for us to go into. I think it's a good game for Sunderland to go into. We're looking forward to it. We've prepared the best we possibly can, and we know that it's always nice to have a run of results. You get one, you want another, and you want it as quickly as you possibly can. So we'll be confident enough going into the game.
You as manager, what significance do you attach to the outcome of this match?
It's 3 points. That's the significance. If you can get 3 points, fantastic. You get 1 point, still as good. We're a team that has got a few results in the past. They'll be looking to get more points on the board quickly. But I think it's a good game to see a measure of where our standing is in this division.
How ambitious will you be with your approach?
As ambitious is to go there and perform. We've done some work. We know where we're at. We know the players that are going to participate in this game. They're aware of the game itself and what it means to them personally. And we're looking for a performance away from home. So if we can get something out of the game, then that will be great.
As stretched as you are, resource-wise, do you have a squad or team strong enough to get the win up there?
We've got enough players within this group, within this squad, to take to Sunderland to perform at the level I expect them to perform. They're training well. They're buoyant because of the result they had last time out, and so they should be, because they showed a lot of character and determination, which is required at certain times in a game. It's not always about flair and skills and all that. Sometimes you have to hang in there. We did that, and we came out with a great result. So we should continue that preparation. We should continue that thought process and take it to Sunderland.
We know about Abel and Will, but have you any other injuries at all?
Maloney has a back problem which has bothered him for a couple of weeks now. He won't be available. The rest are improving, some slower than others, and that's where we're at. So no, there's nothing that I can say is on the verge of coming back in. But then again, we've a couple of long-term injuries now.
Robert Snodgrass returned from international duty, okay?
Yeah, smashing. Yeah, he's been very buoyant. His performance surprised everybody against Southampton because he was underprepared. But circumstances in this game sometimes throw you a curveball, and he certainly did really, really well for the amount of time he was on the field. Then he goes away with Scotland, which was a big game, big preparation and all the hullabaloo that goes with the Scotland-England game. He's handled that well, he's come back and he's ready to go again.
Mike, a lot of people might look at this game, you left Old Trafford because David Moyes didn't want you, thought you were surplus to requirements, and they might think you've got a point to prove this week. Have you?
I have no point to prove. I had a fantastic career at Manchester United, both as a player and as a coach and as assistant manager. So, it's not for me to hold any grudges or anything like that. I was privileged, and I've certainly enjoyed my 18 years there overall, which is more than most people get, especially in the game these days. So I'm in a fortunate position. I've enjoyed my time, but my time now is here, and my time is to try and bring a lot of that experience and expertise that was in abundance at Manchester United to a club like Hull, and that's what we're trying to do.
Tony Pennock stepped up this week. What sort of appointment will he be?
Well, I brought Tony into the coaching setup because from day one, since I've been caretaker, we've used quite a few of the academy lads in training. We've promoted 2 or 3 of them who've signed professional contracts now, and I thought the connection would be good between the academy and the first team, or this group of players that are training here. We've managed to maintain that, and we still have 2 or 3 of those youngsters involved. They will be involved this weekend. So I thought the connection would be good, and I think it's a reward for the efforts, because the academy's only been going 3 or 4 years, and I think it's made excellent progress. So I think to show that, you know, some of those coaches over there have the opportunity to come forward and to join in with the continuity of academy to first team is good. And Tony's an excellent coach. He knows the young players, and he'll be a great help going forward with myself and Neil MacDonald and Bobby Mims, who I've brought in as goalkeeping coach.